Now that we are in extraordinary times, let's speak about stimulus and stimulus in 2024. For the majority of Americans who struggle, have reduced salaries, and even don't have what they need to live, this is not extraordinary. Surviving this is surviving financially, so I want to analyze why more lawmakers are pushing for more stimulus and help for the American people in 2024. I'll go over all of that in today's video, and we'll also talk about a possible $30,000 stimulus. I'll explain everything in this video, so watch it through till the end. It only takes 2 seconds, so please click the like button. Understand where this is coming from, what this implies, and who this would actually go to. If you appreciate my daily updates, let's get started. Let's talk about this possibly $30,000 stimulus package first. I mentioned it yesterday, but many people had questions. According to the new proposal, thousands of Americans will receive $500 monthly installments. You might be surprised to learn that these $500 monthly payments would last for 5 years. That means that $500 per month would equal $6,000 annually for 5 years, or $30,000. This could be a substantial stimulus package that could be of great assistance. But the problem is that this package isn't specifically aimed at the groups that would profit from it. Rather, the ones who will really benefit from it are those who are on Medicaid. To be eligible, however, you must have less money than the minimum amount required. You might be a little hard up, but this is the reason why a lot of senators are currently advocating for more stimulus or financial aid for millions and millions of Americans. According to this, 65% of low-income earners have less than $500 on hand for emergencies. Medical crises. 6 out of 10 customers with annual incomes under $50,000 had less than $500 set aside for medical emergencies. Many of those individuals also lack access to credit. Thus, they are unable to utilize a credit card to cover medical expenses. Emergency, or even just a general emergency like, you need to get your car fixed. This is a problem, but it's not just for low-income people. The middle class is affected as well. In fact, as you can see, almost 2/3 of middle-class 2/3 of Americans say they are having financial difficulties right now, and 65% of low-income households say they don't have enough money to cover a $500 emergency payment. Because of what we do successfully, lawmakers are urging more stimulus, and I want to read you a little bit of this first, just to give you a sense of it. But keep in mind that some of the additional stimulus packages that lawmakers are currently debating are too extravagant, especially when we're talking about $30,000. Stimulus package, which would immediately result in extremely high inflation. While low and middle-class households will benefit, the question of who will pay for it and where the money is coming from remains. Typically, lawmakers will attempt to obtain this from, the affluent and big businesses. But guess what? They won't pay for it. It will be difficult to pass this bill. But I want to be absolutely clear about something regarding further. Given the way the economy has changed over the past few years, we already anticipate stimulus for certain individuals in certain states. One type of stimulus that we may see isn't exactly called stimulus per se, but it may be referred to as guaranteed income, universal basic income. These are 2 terms that have been bandied around as a substitute for stimulus since our goal is to deliver a basic income to people rather than to stimulate the economy. Because real estate and rent are becoming so expensive, low-income households are struggling to pay for food, cars, insurance, and other necessities. They need an extra boost, but I want to bring something to their attention. Since this is essentially what we're seeing right now, throughout the past few years, various suggestions have been put up. One of them was that you receive a stimulus check if you own 2 cars rather than just 1. What if you own a home? In several states, we've seen that if you've paid your property taxes, you'll receive a stimulus check. They refer to it differently, but it's basically a check to assist you with that payment. Then we've seen over the last, say, a few years, that a bill pertaining to the internet was passed, providing you with affordable internet. Not that they would give you all this money, but rather that they would make it so your internet bill was less expensive and you were first given roughly $1 or $150 to get a tablet or a new computer. This is where folks are talking about, modifying things. How about offering some kind of stimulus to assist pay for it? Settling credit card debt aids in repaying college loans. Biden has been forgiving student loans for a while now. But what about something that eliminates medical costs entirely, pays off credit card or mortgage interest, or both? That's what this is. Additionally, President Biden has been working with the administration to prevent medical costs from appearing on your credit report and being used against you. In other words, they're not erasing the invoices. Rather, they're just hiding them from third parties. Creditors are fascinating, but this is where we're heading. So while a $330,000 stimulus program might not materialize, it's possible that we could see a $150 monthly stimulus plan or a $250 monthly stimulus package. It won't be something you can use anywhere you want, with no restrictions. Instead, it will be connected to something else, like real estate, credit cards, etc. Make sure you're paying your bills on time, including your auto loan. After all, the government might rescue the American people instead of the banks, which would mean taking the money and then having to pay the bank. That's what we're witnessing right now, so just be aware that they might be calling stimulus, but it may also be intended to support these other businesses who are experiencing significant layoffs at the moment. Every day, hundreds of thousands of people are laid off due to the business's struggles. Customers lack money, thus, how do we bail everyone out and give the customer their money back? After they spend it at the company spends it on the supplier, and it just keeps continuing, which is what we're about to witness once more. If this $30,000 stimulus package passes, I don't see that happening, especially with 60 million people on Medicaid. That's too many. We'll have to wait and see what transpires. But in the meantime, know that I'll be here to support you at every turn, providing you with the most recent information. However, at this point, that is all the information available. So once more, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.